This is your Vancouver real estate market update for October 2020, and we're getting into it right after this. Hey everyone, I'm Craig Veroni with Masters Realty. I'm your local real estate agent here in Vancouver, BC. In today's video, I'm going to cover what's happened in the Vancouver real estate market through September 2020, what's coming that could affect that market, and a piece of technology that I'm utilizing to make your home selling and buying experience a smoother one. I also have a special guest, Jordan Thompson with Citywide Mortgages, making a special appearance in this video. I shoot a ton of videos about what it's like to live, love, and own here in Vancouver. So if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell as well so you can be notified the moment that I have a new video out. I really want you to be able to stay up to date on all the latest tips and insights into the Vancouver real estate market so that you can become an expert too. So let's get into it. There was a 56.2% increase in the sales recorded from September 2019 to those recorded in September 2020, and a 19.6% increase in the homes sold from August of 2020. Last month's sales were 44.8% above the 10-year sales average for September. Forget about being in the middle of a pandemic, those are strong market conditions anytime. As I've mentioned in previous updates, we've seen robust home sale and listing activity across Metro Vancouver throughout the summer months. And this increased activity can be attributed in part to lower interest rates and changing housing needs during the COVID-19 pandemic. So while the pace of new MLS listings hitting the market is increasing, the heightened demand from home buyers is keeping the overall supply levels down. This is creating upward pressure on home prices, which have been edging up since the spring. When you're buying or selling a home, knowledge is key. Now, the SnapStats market reports are a fantastic way to arm yourself with tons of knowledge about your market area. To download those full reports, simply click on the images below to download either the Metro Vancouver, Greater Vancouver, or Fraser Valley reports. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, down in the description below is a link to a sample report. Please go ahead and review that. And if you think that it's something of value, and trust me, you are going to love these reports, then simply fill out your name and email address to start receiving those reports monthly.
I don't think any of us could have foreseen, kind of the explosion in the market. We're thinking, okay, we're, COVID times, people are losing their jobs, and, sales and listings are exceeding the expectations that we had. And then Evan Siddall came out not too long ago from CMHC and said, well, there's going to be, a 9 to 18% drop in housing prices. Do you agree with that 9 to 18% projected drop by CMHC?
I don't see it. I mean, that CMHC came out earlier this year with a big bombshell, right? Shortly after COVID, I think it was.
Yeah.
CMHC seems to love dropping bombshells. I'm sure they are rooted in some solid data. However, none of their projections have come remotely close to fruition. I don't think there's going to be a 9 to 18% drop. We also have to be careful. This is a blanket statement across Canada. Toronto and Vancouver markets are they're kind of outliers, from the rest of Canada. You can't really say what's happening all over Canada is going to be happening in Toronto or is going to be happening in Vancouver. It just isn't the case. We're two very, very different markets.
We're very localized here. We have our own set of factors that, determines, housing prices and demand. And you're
Absolutely.
Right. It doesn't seem to be going with the grain. And we really have to take those into account.
I know people, up in Kelowna, on Vancouver Island seems very strong at the moment. We're talking Victoria, all the way up to Courtney Comox area. All of those markets seem just incredibly strong at the moment. And I think the pandemic, I've said this so many times before, I think it's really highlighted the fact that people understand what a home means to them right now. When everybody had to live in their homes for 2 to 3 months, you quickly understood whether or not that was enough space for you currently at this time. Could the market level off a little bit? For sure. But right now, buyers seem to be out in force. We've got record low interest rates right now.
Hugely low, right. The rates are incredibly low. historically low. What do you think is going to be happening kind of in the first couple of quarters in 2021? Any ideas?
Well, from my own experience, just in my own business right now, over the last 2-3 months, I've had probably about 150 inquiries from people all over the world looking to move here right now. So I think the first quarter and second quarter of next year will equally be as strong.
I have to agree with you there. What would you say to clients who do think, well, we'll just wait until things quiet down and there aren't multiple offers and, the 3 to 6 month timeline? Do you think that that's a good idea?
It really depends on their personal circumstances. Do I think things are going to quiet down in 3 to 6 months? No, I don't. Activity is super strong right now. Pricing hasn't really taken off yet. They've risen slightly in some areas, but they haven't escalated. And that could happen still over the next 3 to 6 months. As I said, it depends on any buyer's personal circumstances. But if you can afford to get into the market right now, do it. Real estate is like an escalator, really. It really doesn't matter where you get on. The market is, the escalator's heading up. Sometimes it slows down. Sometimes it might stop for a minute, but in general, get on the escalator.
And I mean, that's a great analogy too. And assuming you're going to be buying a home and keeping that home for, more than 1 or 2 years.
Absolutely. Anyone buying right now should be buying with the intention of living in your home for the next 5 years. The market is too fast moving right now for any buyer to even think about going and looking at homes without having a pre-approval. And if you're looking for a great mortgage broker, Jordan Thompson is fantastic. I always say this in my market update videos and some of my other videos that I work with some of the best mortgage brokers in the business, and it's absolutely true. I have a great team of mortgage brokers who I can refer to people. We used to be able to throw an open house on a weekend and have 30, 50, 75, people through, multiple groups of people through a home. We just can't do that anymore. Buyers have had to completely change how they go through that buying process, as have the agents. And it's all been for the better. It really has, because it's helped to streamline the process, right? Buyers need to get the pre-approval in place first, then connect with a real estate agent, start looking online, narrow down the search field first to the area that you want, look at the available homes, narrow that down to your top 10, and then sift through that top 10, go through all the videos, photos, floor plans, Matterport tours, whatever you can find online, and then sift that down to your top 3 to 5, and then we can go out and start looking at a few homes. The whole process has shifted dramatically for the better. As I mentioned earlier, if you're buying a home right now, and especially if you're selling your home soon, you want access to the most information and do as much research as possible. My website gives you all the tools to do just that. On my website, not only can you search for available homes in any area, but you can also search for sold listing data in any area as well. This is incredibly useful for both sellers and buyers. Down in the description below is the link to that functionality on my website. Make sure you check it out. And if you are thinking of selling your home soon, be sure to reach out to me for an in-depth market evaluation for your home. And let me show you how I market my listings like they're an HGTV show. Hey, thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed that video and you want to learn more about specific Vancouver neighborhoods, check out this playlist right here. I have filmed over 40 neighborhoods around Metro Vancouver. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button right there, because on this channel, you're going to find everything you need to live, love, and own here in Vancouver. So don't forget to subscribe.